2024. Notice was emailed and faxed to the Daily Record, the North Side Ledger, the West Morris Reporter, and published in the Daily Record. Notice will also remain posted throughout the year on the bulletin board in the main hallway of the municipal building.
Thank you. Roll call.
Councilwoman Albrecht.
Here.
Councilman Carey.
Here.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Here.
Councilman DiFilippo.
Here.
Councilman Hall.
Here.
Councilman Riley.
Here.
Mayor Patillo.
Here. This brings us to presentation of awards, etc. Tonight we have certificates of appreciation for our supporters and contributors for our Hometown Heroes Banner program. Just have a couple comments to start off before we give the appreciation certificates out. I truly believe that our Hometown Heroes Banner program is the absolute correct program to have in Roxbury Township. It recognizes such a great group of individuals that without them we may not be here doing what we get to do and enjoying the freedoms that we get to enjoy. So I wholeheartedly stood behind the program when it was brought to us, and it was my pleasure to even participate in making sure that that program came to fruition. Do you have anything like that?
If you ever wondered why you should go to Second Sunny Day, this would be a good reason to do it, because this is how this happened. We were approached at Second Sunny Day about, not this year, 2 years ago. And we said, yeah, that's a great idea. And here we are. This is what I like about this program, is what we're doing tonight, is recognize how a program like this can actually come to fruition. And so it's the people in this room tonight made this possible for the town of Roxbury, and we all should be very proud of this.
I often tell everybody I'm so fortunate to live and serve in Roxbury Township because of the people and the businesses in it that support and come together for great causes and in time of need. And it's a truly special place, Roxbury Township is. So I'm going to come around.
And it's not that easy to get Bob and Chuck to stop talking to you. They have to like, once in a while you gotta say, okay.
Well, maybe Bob.
Sure, unless you want to do it yourself. Selfie. I'll just accept it for you.
All right, so the first certificate of appreciation goes to somebody who is just an all-around good guy.
We don't have a bucket truck.
He donates a bucket truck. I think he scratched off the name of his on the side of it and wrote Roxbury on it for us in Sharpie. No, Kyle Kramer is a great guy. He's always one of the first people to chip in and help any cause in Roxbury Township. And when he heard about this program, he donated his bucket truck to make sure that we could get this up and done at the appropriate time. So Kyle, thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, well, I don't know too many programs in Roxbury that don't move forward without this group's help. You can see young Mr. Steve Alfred in the corner. Our Roxbury Rotary Club, along with Jackie, Councilwoman Jackie Albrecht, Bob, myself.
It's like a Rotary Club meeting.
We are we are Rotarians, and it's probably one of the best clubs I thought I've been a part of, and I'm proud to say I'm a Rotarian and contribute as much as I possibly can to my community. But this club has been doing great things in Roxbury for as long as I can remember. I'm sure as long as any of us can remember. So to them, thank you so much for your contributions to our Hometown Heroes Banner program. And I'd like to invite them now to accept this.
Steve, you want to jump in here?
No, I'll take a picture.
Well, I would do yours on your own, but
No, we're Rotary. Dinner at home, kids. Oh, we got this.
without Sinorama's contributions and support for this program, it wouldn't have been as successful as it was. And this is my first time meeting Steve, so I don't have a quick joke for him, but I hope that moving forward that I'll be able to develop a joke for you as we go through. So thank you so much. Thank you, Sinorama, for everything that you've done in town and to make sure that this program was as successful as it was.
Just an amazing example of a business in Roxbury that made a program in Roxbury possible. So, really well done.
Thank you. Well, as Bob mentioned before, we wouldn't have, I mean, these guys were the catalysts to starting this hometown hero trainer program. And Bob and Chuck wouldn't let us go at Old Sunny Day last year until we all agreed to look at this and get it moving forward. So although they were the catalyst for Bob and I in council to make sure that this moved forward, the whole VFW Post 2833, thank you so much for the support you provide the community. Thank you so much for everything that you do, and thank you for just having such a great group of guys that come out and push us to do the right thing. So.
Roxbury needed this program. You guys were exactly right about that. It was the right time to do it. So, but it wouldn't have happened if you hadn't done it. So, congrats.
All of you have come up. It's just because these two guys talk.
Yes, so if you ever find my
Can I say a
phone,
few
you might
words?
ask her, just type it out.
I didn't think you would.
Can we stop you from saying
It was so unique.
On behalf of the
Diane,
VFW and the ladies auxiliary, and the auxiliary, not ladies, I commend the town councilman and the mayor for their support of the veterans in Roxbury Township, and it's really appreciated from all the veterans. Thank you very much.
It's the least we can do.
Where's Fred?
Thanks, Bob.
We also have a certificate for Disabled American Veterans, Chapter 63, and we'll send that over to them, so they're part of this.
We have somebody here that
Oh,
will.
I'm sorry,
Oh,
sir.
okay. We got a note, no one was coming.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Yep.
And then the last certificate we have is for the Pulse of Roxbury Township. Michelle O'Halloran, who without her coordination and without her coordination and oversight of the whole program, making sure all the partners, all the members that needed to be involved in this were working together. It wouldn't have been as smooth as it was.
Someone has to do all the work, right? And Michelle does all the work on these programs, and that's why they're successful,
So we have a certificate for Michelle, which we will present to her tomorrow in the office.
And then just to recognize Steve Sinise for, every impossible thing we ask for, you can say, okay. Well, what was it? Wind load. We know more about wind load now than we have before, so.
All right.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you, everyone.
Can we leave that?
No, you can't. All right, thank you, everybody. That brings us to item 5, approval of minutes, September 16th, 2025. Do we have a motion?
I'll move it.
Any discussion? Seeing none? Roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht.
I'm
Councilman
sorry.
Carey.
That's not effective.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DeFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. This brings us to our first public portion. Does anybody in the public wish to be heard on any topic? Please come to the microphone, state your name and address for the record. Closing public. Getting loose. This brings us to reports, council liaison, representatives, council, committee, and new business, old business. I'm gonna start off, a couple topics. One, on Thursday, Temple Shalom is having, Thursday morning, their Yom Kippur service. Everybody is invited. I will be going myself to, help open that and support, the Jewish community in Roxbury Township. And I just want to extend that invitation to anybody within earshot. You're all more than welcome to come and, have services at Temple Shalom. Other thing I have is, last week, a big shout out to ShopRite. They hold an annual Bag Out Hunger event that it's simply magnificent. You know, it's such a pleasure and an honor to go there and be able to contribute to such a great cause. This year, myself, Councilman Riley, Councilman Hall attended the event last Thursday, and I hope to make sure that we are well taken care of, Dana. So we all brought our aprons here. We're gonna come around. Dana, you wanna come up here and take a picture with us?
Yeah, I'll go get You have to get the shirt sketched in. I know.
Yeah, some people have a nice shirt underneath.
Yeah.
Those who don't know, Dave is employed by the Bottom Shop.
Yes, and I'm also a captain butt of the Sparta ShopRite for Bags for Hunger, for Partners in Caring.
Well, you started the one in Sucker Center.
Everybody look at her.
All right, we're looking to our right first. Got it? Now we're looking in the middle. Now we're looking left.
Perfect.
Thank you, Dana. Thank you for always thinking of us.
So they listen to me. Our guys.
That's all I have, Deputy Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor. That's a hard one to top for sure. Lake Commission is not until next week. I have another report on that. We are done with the wheat harvesting, so we'll have some numbers for that. Tonight we had the EDC meeting, and I'll just say that most of the EDC was talking about what we're gonna do for next year and the 250th anniversary. So we'll start talking about a little bit of that to council.
Thank you. Councilwoman Albrecht?
Thank you, Mayor. I just want to remind everybody that on Monday, we have the Taste of Roxbury over at the Senior Center. It's $35, and it's all you can eat from the various restaurants in and around Roxbury Township. Some things going on with the Roxbury Arts Alliance. This Saturday, we have a meeting coming, but even more fun will be later in October. We're going to have a mystery dinner theater called Viva La Vengeance, and it's going to be a murder mystery set in Las Vegas, and I've heard that Elvis may be marrying somebody to the entire thing, so that looks like fun. I want to thank you to all of the donors of our Hometown Heroes program. Great job to all. And we had a 250th anniversary, or 250th Revolution Committee meeting yesterday, and we are planning many activities for the coming year to celebrate 250 years of America. That's all I have. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Hall?
We had an affordable housing meeting, we got a still have the, just the vote, more behind that, look out for the beach blast this year also. There's gonna be a lot of new events this year. You know, what's really interesting about this Bay Hunger, you know, this misnomer that, you know, just because we live in Morris County, everybody thinks we're well off. It's not the case. You'd be really surprised. So, really happy to be a part of that effort every single year. Our teams are doing very well this year from a recreation perspective. Our recreation happened to be around for last Friday night. I saw something I never saw before. Sort of kid from Roxbury, kid, a 51-yard field goal, no time left on the clock. 51 yards, folks, to win it for Roxbury Township. What? Yeah. And well, I was kind of in the back. So it was just an amazing thing. Keep your eye on the girls soccer team; they're terrific. Also, just a big shout out to Justin Wren. I don't know if you know who he is. He's been with the high school for a number of years. Justin won his 300th game as a head soccer coach. That's really an amazing feat. I know there's been a few that have done that before him, but not many. Class guy, really good coach. Very happy for him. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Riley.
Since Fred brought it up, I'll briefly touch on the affordable housing. Maybe give you guys a quick update in the executive session tonight. But obviously, we had, I think we talked about it briefly at the last meeting, but we did have 3 objectors to our plan. 1 made comment, didn't object, not sure where that stands. Obviously, it's litigation, so we can't get into detail here in public session. But on the side, the committee for the Affordable Housing Committee, and as well as the master plan, Bob and I sit on with the planning board, we've been very happy. Since our last meeting, there was a Charlie Kirk visual by our residents here in town. Very well attended actually, and very well, nicely done. So, thank the residents that put that together for doing such a great job. And last but not least, I didn't mention marching band yet. They had their first competition last week. They won their division easily, hands down. Missed best overall for the first time in quite some time by 1/10 of a point to the larger band. But we did win some best class awards like best music and others. So another great job, and this is coming off of their second state championships. That, that's all I have. Hopefully, marching band up for at least another 2 weeks.
Yeah, you promise.
Yeah, we get it. Councilman DiFilippo.
Well, we never get enough marching.
That's right.
So I'm gonna add that I have been approached, because, once again, DPW, Steve Sinise, the Band Parents Association, it was like a 14-hour day, I was told, really tough. DPW, tremendous help, and, they specifically, shout out to Joe Pinto, being there and really doing some heavy lifting for us. Band parents are very happy, thank you.
Yes, I should have brought that up.
A lot of it. All right, so, tickets went on sale for the November 12th Library Gala. Individual tickets went on sale. And there are not many left because it's a tremendous sponsorship this year. We've got tremendous sponsors because we have 2 amazing awardees. We're honoring Peyton Knights Automotive. That's Peyton and Nancy and Justin for all they do in Roxbury. And we're also really excited that we'll be giving the Ron D. Philippus Community Service Award to Judge Carl Ronco. Those of you who remember, Judge Ronco is just a legend in Roxbury. He's done so much for the community. And he will be getting the Ron D. Philippus Community Service Award. So that's November 12th. It is at the Meadowwood. It's a great time. Tickets are on sale. Get them while they're still available. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Carey.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Well, you just have a couple of things. The next Board of Education meeting will be on October the 14th, so I'll be reporting back after that meeting. And coming up is Fire Prevention Week, or Fire Safety Week, from October the 5th to October the 11th. So if you have the old style smoke detectors, check your batteries or change them. Test your smoke detectors and make sure your fire extinguishers aren't expired. So, something near and dear to my heart, so just wanted to mention. That's all I have.
Thank you, sir. Amy, anything?
Nothing tonight, thank you.
Thank you. Nothing, Joe? Jim?
Nothing tonight, Mayor.
Thank you so much. brings us to matters requested referred by council members, managers, attorney, and clerk. We have Imagination Station Replacement Planning, Horseshoe Lake. I'd like to start off with Councilman Hall.
Thank you, Mayor. Can everybody hear me in the back? Okay. At this point, if I could, Steve, if you could come on up, please. Listen, folks, Imagination Station is perhaps the most heavily used facility in all of Roxbury Township. It's been around since 1991 in various forms. I mean, you can hang a sign over this place that says, you know, over 1 million served. There isn't a time that you go past Imagination Station that you don't look inside and there's at least 30, 40, 50 kids playing in here. So day in and day out, it's probably one of the most highly utilized facilities in Roxbury Township. A little history, it started back in 1991 with the original build, which concluded around 2010 with the second build, which is what we have out there today. So that facility that we have out there today is approximately 16 years old and starting to reach a point of end of life. So what we're trying to do here is be proactive. We started looking at this at recreation. We brought in Steve for his assistance. He's been outstanding, helping us out with some potential plans. None of this is in concrete, folks. That's why we're bringing it to you right now. Some potential plans for the eventual replacement of Imagination Station. We have over the years attempted to try to maintain the original facility. We had a group of residents get together. We repainted it. I think it was about 3 or 4 years ago. That went very well. And over the years, I know DPW under Steve and Recreation with the extraordinary help of Ed Haid and Dave Sterling have maintained that facility in its current state. Again, that all being said, we got to be proactive about this and think about the future. And what are we going to do about a facility that gets utilized by so many of our children? So we're looking for an effort to restore that facility. So we looked at some potential designs that was sent in a packet. Some of the facilities, some of the extras that you see in here are a result of trying to adhere to some potential grants that we may be able to get in the future by incorporating certain elements into that. And Steve can go over that in detail. The new facility that we're looking at right now, again, has been gone over by Recreation, DPW, and now we're bringing it to you. There's areas for 2 to 5 year olds and 6 and up. There's also areas within there that can be used for various purposes, and I'll let Steve go over that. And also, we want to make sure that whatever we put together, we do involve the community in that. So without any, by the way, a big thanks to Floyd, who helped with the actual design that you folks received in your package. Again, we're looking for your input. This is like a status check, on this, because this is going to be going on for quite some time. So without further ado, I want to turn it over to Steve. And Steve, if you could just help the council through the actual concept, the footprint, is it bigger, is it smaller, the surface area, maybe some of the components. I'm sure they're going to have some questions. Steve.
Thanks, Fred. So, as Fred said, well said, we've been talking about this project for several years now, well, about 1.5 to 2 years. Knowing that this project is coming within the next few years, I think we have the capital budget currently in 2028, anticipated 2028 replacement. Project is an expensive one. What we have there now is a very large playground. It's a nice structure, greatly used. So we want to make sure that whatever structure we put back there, whatever we do at that site, we want to give it the same wow factor that the kids have today. With that said, and Fred had touched on, the grant opportunities are out there. One of them is it's a pretty good grant. It's offered by the DEP. This is what we're here to talk about tonight. That grant, there's up to a 25% offset, as well as 0% loan opportunities. And some of the components of that, given that it is a DEP grant, is they want certain features of that playground and the surrounding area to incorporate the environment. So with Fullerton, with some of the other groups, Recreation, the Environmental Commission, we talked about this at length. And we, without going into all the nitty gritty, we want to make sure that we're incorporating things that are going to be good for the playground. We want to get all the age groups in there, the 2 to 5s, 5 to 12-year-olds, plenty of ADA features, wheelchair accessible features. We want to make sure we cover everything. This is a big project for the township, and obviously a long-lasting one with a big dollar sign on it. So with that said, some of the other components that the DEP are looking for are things that are environmentally friendly, things that incorporate other age groups and other groups into not only the playground but to that immediate area. So Fullerton was able to put together a concept plan that included some of those features, such as, and these are not dead set, but these are just ideas, but that would enhance the area now, and I think that would be a great fit for the park. Potentially adding a pavilion in that area, as Fred said, small pavilion with just some additional seating, some shaded area for parents and others to sit nearby. In addition to that, we would like to, we have a wet area behind the playground, and we talked about adding in a rain garden feature. And one of the items that the Environmental Commission brought to the table, and I think it's a fantastic idea because I know the school does use Horseshoe Lake as a place of learning at times. So they're talking about adding kiosks, learning kiosks, which I think is it's an easy thing to do, and it's a great feature to add to our existing park and what we're potentially going to do there. In addition to that, the amount of volunteerism that went into that installation in both 2010 as well as 1991 is astounding. So we want to make sure that we honor those people with whatever measure we need to and reutilize the donated fence slats and whatever else we can get the community involved into this building. So those are the things that we've been talking about and how to make all that come together. But really the first step is to reach out to the DEP. Not necessarily, we're not looking to apply for the grant today, to have the conversation with the DEP to make sure that our project, or that Roxbury will be presenting, is competitive. We want to make sure we're competitive when we get all the funds that are possible for this project to move forward. So with that, if anybody has any questions, I hope I covered enough of it.
My only question is maybe I can connect with you guys to go over some of this.
Sure.
Dig into a little deeper so we're not bogging down the council. I know we've done that with several other projects in the past, like the Turkey.
Okay.
But we don't want to do the other council members as well, as long as it's all
I'd be more than happy to do that, Mr. Riley.
Does the footprint, looks like the footprint increases, does the footprint increase?
It's basically the same.
Yeah.
It would be pretty much just round out the back of it. Right now, it's a very odd shape that prohibits access into it for maintenance purposes. So it wouldn't increase, the playground itself would not increase much, but we would kind of straighten that line out. One thing I forgot to add an important thing here. The grant is about to open. I heard late September, I didn't see it yet. So I would imagine sometime in October that grant opportunity should become available. And traditionally, and I can't say obviously until the grant comes out, but traditionally the grant is due for submission sometime in early to mid-February.
Do we need a plan in place prior to applying for the grant?
Yes. So there's some other components there, but this is a really good start. The concept plan is a really good start because we don't have to have every nitty-gritty part of this. Things are going to change, and they know that. So, there's a couple things there that we need to do, public meetings and such, but I think for now, what we're looking for is just to have the conversation with the DEP.
Is your grant application time for
I think it's September.
It's September to February. Last year it was November.
Is it an annual grant?
It has been, but they never guarantee that it's going to come out every year.
Fred, when we spoke about this, do you envision a mix of contributed money and grant money? What are the economics, at least? How do you envision the economics?
Well, it's a very good question. If you remember correctly, Bob, the last one, it was a combination of a lot of different things. We had tremendous community funding. With slats was one example of that, and a lot of the community provided funding for this particular project. In this particular case, there are some grant opportunities, as Steve has mentioned, and also our manager just was whispering in my ear about some other potentials that he has worked.
But there'll be a fundraising element to it, where the whole community will get involved in raising money for this. Is that part of it or no?
It absolutely is,
Yeah.
Bob, and quite frank with you, we're gonna have a conversation after this meeting, so.
I mean, I'd like to know more about the economics of it, Frank. Don't you have to submit that along with the grant application?
Yes.
Right, so.
Yes.
Okay.
So there are other grant opportunities. The DCA has a grant. I know we weren't successful last year, but every year is a new year, and that one's a lot of money as well. So this is only part of the component. One of the things that they offer there is a 0% loan for 20 years. So it would be simultaneous application if we did want to pursue something like that.
Use it for sewer and water, that's great.
0% is good.
Deputy Mayor?
Steve, that area behind Imagination Station, is pretty wet sometimes in the spring. We're gonna do anything to try to alleviate this. I like the idea of the rain garden. I don't know if the rain garden's gonna help alleviate some of that problem.
So the rain garden kind of captures some of that water. To make a rain garden successful, you have to have an outlet structure. We would just tie it to existing stormwater infrastructure that we have in the park, not too far from that area.
You put some over more near the daycare center, I know
Correct.
that. So you can tie that,
Yes.
try to get that drier in there.
Yes, yes.
I'm also interested in what the funding would be. And you said that the current one that you're looking at, the DEP one, was a 25% match.
Mhm.
So perhaps there's going to be some work where the 25% match comes from the community instead of from the taxes. Maybe we look at something like that, so match.
Right.
And the fundraising.
Need lots of dollars.
My only concern is the timeframe seems so short. If it's coming out this year and you want to have council approval and have plans enough to go after it.
So this is longer than they have done it in the past. Traditionally, it's right around the League of Municipalities, mid-November, and then they tell you it's due first week of February. So your timetable is extremely short. I think the position where we are today, the position that we're at today, I think we have a really good head start. If we were to proceed with this,
So you
we
don't
have a
get
very
it
good
in
head
until
start.
February, but when do they announce it?
It's usually, I think, 3 or 4 months after.
3 or 4 months out?
It's pretty quick.
I thought you said they were going to announce it in February.
No, the application process is due in February. It could be extended. I know last year they extended the application process, so there's a little bit more there. Once the application is officially released, then I'll know definitively what the timetables are. But that's traditionally what it is.
Thank you.
Once it's awarded, they'll give us the criteria for execution of the grant.
That's correct.
Do you know what it was traditionally?
What's that? Which portion?
Time to bid, time to build, to complete the project.
I don't know if they have a timeline on completion. I know you have to continue to make progress on the project. So there's a lot of pieces you need to follow as you go through the grant if you're successful with the grant. So
Usage is a criteria. We gotta be like, that facility is used.
Oh, yes.
Constantly.
absolutely, absolutely. And
What
Fred,
do you anticipate tear down and rebuild of this park?
the tear down, it would likely be sometime in the fall would be my initial thought, if that's what you're asking, the seasons.
How long does the whole project take? Would you think to do it in phases, or you think to do a full tear down, rebuild within a couple of weeks?
The construction portion of it, I would say probably
Tear down to rebuild.
a couple months is my anticipation.
Yeah.
A couple months, 2 to 3 months. Naturally, the back end of it's the
Is there an
lengthy process.
opportunity that when this project does go to work, that is this a phasing opportunity?
Yes, there is a component for that. And certainly, depending on what direction we move forward with, if we're afforded a grant or not, that's something that we have to consider. So I think our intentions, Fred, if we'll pursue a conversation with the DEP, and then we'll report our findings back to the council.
Just go with that.
Yeah.
introduction of proposed ordinance 14-25, an ordinance to amend chapter 22 of the revised general ordinance of the Township of Roxbury to prohibit the possession of tobacco products in school or public property by persons under the age of 2021. This is the first reading. Our second reading is the 28th of October.
Make the motion.
1 second.
Any discussion on this? Roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht.
Sorry, I have a quick question. I don't know if you can answer or if somebody under 18 has medical marijuana, has a prescription, I don't know why, but if they do, how would this law apply to them?
Good question. I mean, this doesn't, this only applies to tobacco, eliminating it.
Yeah.
So, so I don't think it would apply at all.
I believe separate issue.
Yeah, I think that's gonna still be governed by state statute unless we have a current ordinance in place.
Okay? Okay, sorry.
Roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht. Yes. Councilman Carey.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DiFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley. Mayor Patillo.
Yes. Item 10, hearing and adoption of ordinance on the second reading, there are none. 11, introduction and adoption of the resolutions.
Mayor, if I may, I'd like to move 2025-279, 280, 2025-288.
Second.
Second.
Any discussion?
On the, I'm sorry, just one, Councilman Hall. Jim, maybe you can answer this one, I'm not sure. The actual vendor on the pilot.
This is, okay, I was gonna bring this up in executive session, but this specifically is a payment in lieu of taxes. This person was recommended by our town attorney.
Okay.
This is just to put together a concept plan of how to work.
Right.
So we're not committed to doing it.
But what we're doing, Fred, is we're looking at pilots as possible. This applies to
I'm
affordable
fully
housing, warehouses, all that stuff. So-
fully on board with that. I just was curious how we found this person.
Yeah.
Now, Jim answered.
Any further discussion? Roll call?
Councilwoman Albrecht. Yes. Councilman Carey.
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Crowley.
Yes.
Councilman DiFilippo.
Yes.
Councilman Hall.
Yes.
Councilman Riley.
Yes.
Mayor Patillo.
Yes. Personnel changes, there are none. Communications, September 26, 2025. Any discussion? All right. This brings us to our second public portion. Does anybody in the public wish to come to the microphone and be heard on any topic? Please state your name and address for the record. Mike, you got anything? Bob, you good? All right. Closing public. We do have an executive session tonight.
A resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Roxbury in the County of Morris, New Jersey, authorizing conference of the Township Council with the public excluded. Whereas it is deemed appropriate that the Township Council discuss the matters hereinafter mentioned without the presence of the public in accordance with the provisions of RS 10:4-12B, being Section D of the Open Public Meetings Act. Now therefore be it resolved by the Township Council of the Township of Roxbury, matters relating to attorney-client privilege, affordable housing, shall be discussed by the Township Council without the presence of the public. Motion and a second. Make a motion.
Second.
All right, all in favor? Folks, we're gonna go into executive. We will not be taking any action in the other room. We should be, I don't know, hopefully 3.5 minutes. When we return, we are not anticipating, we are not anticipating taking any further action when we return either. You're more than welcome to wait for us. If not, thank you everybody for being here and having a good day.